to section number 42 and 43. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadanti abhipashchitaha vedavadarata partha nanyat asti iti vadinaha kamatmana swargapara janma karma palapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim pratihi. Translation purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various fruitive activities for elevation to heavenly planets, resultant good birth, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. People in general are not very intelligent. Due to their ignorance, they are most attached to the fruitive activities recommended in the Karma Kanda portions of the Vedas. They do not want anything more than sense gratificatory proposals for enjoying life in heaven, where wine and women are available and material opulence is very common. In the Vedas, many sacrifices are recommended for elevation to the heavenly planets, especially the Jyotish Toma sacrifices. In fact, it is stated that anyone desiring elevation to heavenly planets must perform these sacrifices, and men with a poor fund of knowledge think that this is the whole purpose of Vedic wisdom. What is the purpose of Vedic wisdom? Performing sacrifices, and people with less fund of knowledge, they think that that is the greatest thing. It is very difficult for such inexperienced person to be situated in a determined action of Krishna consciousness, as fools are attached to the flowers of poisonous trees without knowing the result of such attractions. Unenlightened men are similarly attracted by such heavenly opulence and the sense enjoyment thereof. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksaranminitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pungam Langayate Girim Yatkripatama Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Hare Krishna. So, we'll continue from yesterday. We'll begin with the question and we'll try to address Bhaswati Mataji's question also. The question Shital Mataji posted yesterday, the question is, we're discussing about how one should actually check even the thoughts which are actually going in the heart. That means when you're dealing with this world, when you're moving around, when you're doing some services, when you're doing some prescribed duties, or when you're chanting, when you're hearing, or when you're sleeping, when you're getting up, when you're taking bath, so many, wherever we are engaged, if you actually see, the mind in the background is actually running continuously. The mind is not idle, it runs on the background. That means through that running in the background, it gets some thoughts. Generally, we've been told that while chanting, we have to check our mind. We've been told that while chanting, we have to see how the mind is going about. Actually, that is a beginning. Not just during the chanting. Yes, doing checking in the chanting is good. It's a good beginning. But not just that, we should actually check our consciousness, our thoughts, our mentality. What is actually happening after chanting? That means when we are actually doing certain things, with what kind of attitude we are doing. So these things are very important. The question is, at the thought level, if we commit any mistake, do we have any sinful reactions for that? The answer for that is there are the answers are at different levels. So whoever is at what level, we should take that particular answer at that level. So the first level of the answer is, if you are doing any mental offenses, does it lead to any karmic reaction? No, it will not lead to karmic reaction. But when you continuously do mental offenses, you will actually do that offenses physically. That means when you're thinking completely, when you're thinking about it again and again, that means you're doing an offense on a mental plane. That means you're thinking something bad, which you're not supposed to think, but you're doing that thought process. Today or tomorrow, you'll put it into action. The moment you put it into action, karmic reaction is kicked in. That means a seed of karma you have sprouted, you have sown a seed of or negative karma. That means a bad karma is been installed into your bucket. That means, oh, how is that bad seed installed into your bucket? Because you're thinking about that again and again. For example, I'll tell an example. Ajamila, he saw the prostitute with a man having some illicit relation. They both are engaging in sex life. They do not have clothes. And then this Ajamila would notice that. Ajamila goes to the forest and somehow he notices this. And then he watches that and then he goes home. If he ignores that, that is a secondary thing. He did not ignore. What is he doing? He is continuously thinking about it. Oh, such a beautiful prostitute. I should have her association. I should get married to her. He's thinking about it. If he would have left it over there itself, things would have been a different state. But what is he doing? He's thinking. He has seen it, now he is thinking about it. Now, all of a sudden, accidentally he has seen. There's no karmic reaction to that. But what is more important is not just thinking, but he's actually dwelling on it. Vishya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtana nivartate. Unless and until a person gets a higher taste, he cannot leave lower taste. That means this thought process will continue. But how many days we can restrain that? If any negative thoughts are coming, we should know how to come out of that. We shouldn't dwell on that negative thought. When we dwell on that negative thought, what happens is, as we are continuing in the process, the negative thought we will put it into action. Just like Ajamila, he put it into action. What he did? Now, if he has seen that, and then he goes home, he would have spoken to his father. Father, this is what happened. I went to the forest. This is what I have seen. If he would have told his father, or if he would have told his spiritual master that this is what happened, what should I do? Then they would have given a solution. But the problem is, he did not speak to anyone. Rather, what was he doing? He was speculating on that. He was continuously thinking on it. He did not leave that. He did not leave it as is, but is thinking about it. Please understand. When you think about it continuously, this is speculation. When you're speculating this, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? This, what's going to happen? Oh, that is nice. That is nice. Let me take that association. Ajamala exactly did that. The moment he continued that speculation, he kept that into action because that is what is thought process. That means I'll tell you something, another example. One time, Indra would see a sadhu. This sadhu is very sincere. He's doing his tapasya very nicely. And somehow Indra wants to break that. So what he did is, he bought a beautiful knife, huge knife, this big sword. You can say sword. Huge sword. Big knife, huge. And then he said to Sadhu, you know what? I'm going out. I have to leave this here. I want to put this here in your ashram. I'll take it after a few days. You know, I'm not asking you anything. You just keep this in your ashram. Then the sadhu says that, okay, put it in my ashram. Sadhu also thought, this is of no use to me. And this will not affect my sadhana also. So he just kept it over there. Okay. So now what is happening here? What is every day this sadhu, it is this sword is in front of him only. He started watching that. He did not do anything. He just started watching. Few days he did not watch, but slowly he started watching. After a few days, the watching, he's seeing that again and again. So that goes into his consciousness. Obviously, earlier it was not there, now it is. That goes into his consciousness. So what is he doing? He's continuously thinking about it. One day he lifts the sword. He felt that wow, this is a beautiful sword. He's doing like this. Wow, it's amazing. He felt nice holding that. That means slowly what is happening? The quality of the sadhu is transforming into the qualities of the sword. That means now he wanted to use the sword for something. He says, let me go cut this tree. He would never cut a tree in his life. But what happened? Simply through association. What is association? Nobody is telling him also. The sword is there in his ashram. Nothing else. Just a sword is there. He started cutting a tree. After that, he started cutting something else. He felt that let me kill this animal. Let me kill this deer. Started killing the deer. And then while killing that, he started relishing. Please understand. First he cut a tree, like a banana tree. He cut that. Then he felt, wow, this is nice. What is he doing? He's taking association, now he's relishing. Because this is a new experience, something for him. He never did that before in his life. He was a sadhu. Indra wanted to break that. So now slowly he started killing animals also. Later on, he became a thief. He started killing human beings also. Started looting the people. See, if one small thing, what is it? It's only in the thought, right? What's going to happen? It's only in the thought level. One small thing which he's seeing that went into his thought. Ajamil also, it's a small thing only. What is that? A prostitute, a male, female coming together. What is so big deal in this? But for him, it is very big deal. He felt that that is my business. He owned it through his concentrate, through his meditation only, through his thought process only. And later on, you know what he did? He married that prostitute. You all know that. Just see one thought process and not discussing the thought process with the superiors, with the father, or with the spiritual master. Ajamal did not do that. If he would have done that, things would have been different. Now on the other side, Mrigari, he was a hunter. He was killing animals left and right. He was half killing the animals. Now this Mugari gets the association of Nardamani. Through the association of Nardamani, what happened? Nardamani said, he transformed his consciousness completely. He gave Krishna consciousness. And Mrugari said, if I stop killing these animals, what is my livelihood? How will I get my food? Shelter? Narad said that don't worry, you just do what I say. Everything will come. This is the power of submission. On one side, there is speculation. On the other side, there is submission. Both begin with S only. But they are two contrasting things. Speculation comes when there is no submission. When there is submission, there is no speculation. They don't go together. Submission means you hear, you understand, you follow, you apply the truth and move forward. What is speculation? You don't hear, you hear whatever you understand, you hear whatever you know, you speculate on that and then do whatever you want. Just like Ajamila did. Just like that person, that sadhu, he had just seen the sword. Just by seeing the sword, what happened? He wanted to take that association. Because what is he doing? Dhyayato vishaya pumsa sangassechu bhajayate. Sangat sanjayate kama, kama krodha vijayate. He's actually watching. He's actually taking the association of this sword. Likewise, Ajamila, he is not seeing the prostitute anymore, but he is taking the association of the prostitute on the mental level. A lot of people will say, if I have some activities to do, or if I have a center, if I have this, if I have that, I'll do great because I have activities to do. But who is actually checking the consciousness of that activity which the person is actually doing? Nobody is checking that. That means if I'm doing activities all day, but if my consciousness is dull, if my consciousness is on sense gratification, if my consciousness is on speculation, then all the activities they have no use. Because the activities is not giving him any satisfaction. Rather, the activity is leading to what? Frustration, anger, envy, false ego, pride, they all come. Thinking that I'm superior. I've been there since 20 years. I've been there since 40 years. I've been there since so many years. I'm great. These thoughts will come into the consciousness. Because what we never worked on, we never worked on the consciousness. That means what thoughts are coming, how thoughts are coming, how thoughts have to be addressed. These things we are not checking. When these things are not checking, one will not get taste to the process of Krishna consciousness. Simple thing, dear devotees. Ajamila, the moment he would have seen that, immediately he would have told his father or mother or his spiritual master, he would have been saved from this disaster. He would have continued his Brahminical qualities. He would have continued his life in Brahminical qualities, and then he would have finished his business and then went back to Godhead. But that didn't happen. He took the association of the prostitute on the mental level, then on the intelligence level, then at the heart level, through false ego, through heart, through all the senses, through the body. Then he wanted to take his association, started going her, started meeting her. He liked her so much. Later on, he married her. He kicked his parents outside his home. Please see this. See the transformation. One person doing an activity or an action just on a mental level. That's why a lot of people will say when you do something on a mental level is also very offensive. No doubt it will not give karmic reaction, but this offense leads to action. Mental level of offenses leads to action. Even on a mental level, one should strive to cut that. This is more. When you try to assimilate the process of Krishna consciousness more on a deeper level, you will understand. Why this thought is coming? He deserves this, not me. He is more advanced than me, not me. He should deserve this, not me. He should deserve this. Somehow, if we received it, if we received any service, we should say, "Oh, my dear Lord, I don't deserve this, but somehow you gave this. I had this desire of doing this service, but I was not expecting, my dear Lord. I just had a desire, but I'm not envious on any other person who has that. No, dear Lord, am having a desire. But that doesn't mean that if other person receives that, I'll be envious on that. No, I don't have that kind of a desire. Only if you give, only if you deserve. Have a desire to serve. If you don't give, I'll be happy with whatever I have. This should be the mood. And when we really receive something to do, then with what attitude we should accept it? Oh, my dear Lord, I don't deserve this, but you gave me. I will do my best. And through this service, we should pray to the Lord. Oh, my dear Lord, please don't allow this false ego come into my consciousness. Because if that false ego come into my consciousness, I cannot concentrate. Because I'm a lowly soul. I just started practicing Krishna consciousness since today. Should be the mood. Even if you came 10, 20 years back also, this should be the mood. My dear Lord, today only, this is my first day in Krishna consciousness. Please give me right attitude. Please give me good consciousness. My dear Lord, please protect me. Dear devotees, this is how we should meditate. This is how we should move forward in our Krishna consciousness. Actually, a lot of people they do not give importance to the process of Shravana. When a person doesn't give importance to the process of Shravana, he cannot chant also. It's a very clear-cut indication. And when he doesn't have a relationship with Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru, when he doesn't have any relationship with these personalities, then what is happening is his process will go down. Because when the process, he'll understand. He's chanting, but he's unable to chant. He's chanting, he's looking something. He's chanting, he's watching the watch. He's checking the watch. He's chanting, he's doing something else. Because when the mental plane is fixed on something else, how chanting will come into our consciousness? It's a question to think. For example, on the mental plane, I have some material desires. Then how will I chant Hare Krishna? Is it a switch that I will remove this mental desires and then I'll put Hare Krishna now? And then after some time I'll remove Hare Krishna and then I'll put material desires. Is it like a CD? Is it like a tape recorder? In tape recorder, we have a cassettes, right? One cassette you put, you'll get one film songs. You remove the cassette, you put another cassette, you'll hear another film songs. Is it like a tape recorder? No. This is consciousness, dear devotees. This is what we are. It cannot be changed. This is our consciousness. Please understand. This consciousness has to be addressed the right way in the correct process. When we understand this, then we will come to know that how damn important this is to actually check my consciousness, to actually check my heart. Poor Jamila, if he would have right association, he would have told the truth. But that didn't happen. On the other side, Mrugari, he took exalted Vaishnavas association and with utmost submission. What was Mrugari doing? He was killing animals. Which mode is that? Tamoguna. A person in complete tamoguna transform into a pure devotee. How is that happening? Is that some mantra? Some mantra came, or some self? He himself he meditated, and then like Hiranyakashipu, he meditated like Hiranyakashipu and received that wounds. Did that happen? No. What he did? Did Prahlad Maharaj meditate thousands of years to get that consciousness, beautiful consciousness? How did he receive it? He received it from hearing from his mother's womb, from Narada Muni. Kayadu was actually sitting. She was not listening. She was listening. She was actually thinking about her husband. Narada Muni did not bring Kayadu for giving association to Kayadu. Narada Muni brought Kayadu because he wanted to give association to the child who's actually there in her womb. So Narada Muni was giving association to that child who's there in Kayadu's womb. He taught Krishna consciousness to him. And that boy became a pure soul. Wow. What is the process? Simply accepting that person as my master and then following his words as is. This is what exactly one should do. If one is not feeling that relationship with the person where we are hearing, then the process will not work because submission doesn't come. Mrigari, please understand this word about this is very important. From Tamoguna to Shuddha Sattva, how is that coming? That means transcendental goodness. Tamo, Rajo, Sattva, and Shuddha Sattva. How is that coming? Complete transformation happening. This is a deep tamoguna, killing half animals, and then seeing that half animals flapping their body. He's enjoying that. That is the state of Mrigari. And that Mrigari, he met Narad Muni, and then Narad Muni transformed him through his words. So wonderful. That means A pure soul, momentary association, transform. Likewise, what these words? These are the words of our Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada. When we hear nicely, when we develop relationship with the person, huh, with the Vaishnava, with Srila Prabhupada, and we develop this relationship, what happens there? What is? Or a beautiful process will come. That means you don't have to do meditation, you don't have to do tapasya. Simply by through the process of Shravana, if we develop that relation and then cultivate that submission, then what happens? We can come out of this mental plane. Dwelling on this mental plane. Ayata Vishapumsa Sangasej Vajayate. Sangat Sanjayate Kama. Kama Krodha Vajayate. That means we will be kept in a different plane through our thought process. For example, if this same thought process, just like in this sloka, the Lord is mentioning, being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this. Who is saying? Materialistic people. Krishna is telling. 5,000 years ago only he is telling. Materialistic mentality, materialistic desires, materialistic thought process. What is this? Being desirous of sense gratification. Who are they? Men of small knowledge. They are very much yamimam puspitam vacham pravadanti avipaschitaha. Vedavadharata partha nanyat asti iti vadina. Men of small intelligence, they come to this. They don't understand the importance of this. Please understand this, dear devotees. The Mugari's life lesson is the greatest life lesson. He did not do tapasya for 1,000 years. He did not do austerities. He did not do Ekadashi Vrata. He did not do this, that. He did not do any of those things. But simply, he just took the association of Nardmuni. He followed his words. Nardmuni said, you give it up. He said, you illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, gambling. Give these things up. Then Nardmuni said, you chant this mantra. He gave this mantra upadesha. And then he said, you just continue this. This life is transformed. All of a sudden, this Mugari became a Mugari sadhu. Mugari is transformed. It's transformed into M for Mugari, M for Madhavadas. I'm just telling. I don't know whether his name was Madhavadas later or not, but I'm just telling. That means his consciousness is completely transformed. He became an exalted personality. How? Simply taking the association of a pure devotee. That means on the mental plane, how do we cut that mental plane? This is not good. My teacher said this is not good. I don't do this. I will not repeat this because it is not pleasing my teacher. Or I will not repeat this, it will not please Srila Prabhupada. Right? So when we come to that state, dear devotees, what happens? We are developing a relationship with them. Not only that, we are developing beautiful qualities, submission. And through that submission, what is happening? What is the greatest solution, dear devotees, for this sense gratification and opulent life? Submission. Through submission only, one can come out of this mental plane offenses at the mental level. Because if you are committing offenses on the mental level and then practicing, it will not take us forward. We should strive to come out of the mental plane. Now, this we need to understand. Please understand, dear devotees. Submission is at different levels. One will submit to the Shastra, it's one level. One will submit to the words in the Shastra, another level. One will submit to the person, is another level. One is so grateful to the person, to the association of a person, the Vaishnavas. Grateful, dear. Should be ever grateful to the association of the Vaishnavas, to the association of the pure souls. to the association of the spiritual master. Very grateful, should be very grateful. Through that gratitude, when we and he submits to that person who's actually giving those valuable jewels to us, when we submit to to those persons, then what happens later? What is that is a real submission, because through that submission to the person, what is happening is the process. Krishna gives that mercy, because what Krishna is watching is, because all our life, life after life, we never submitted to anyone, because we led the life of impersonalism. But the moment personalism is manifesting, and then we are submitting to those persons by being grateful to them, by having their association more and more, then slowly, slowly, what happens is our consciousness is more and more condensed. And then they come into our consciousness. And then when they come into our consciousness, through that coming into our consciousness, they will actually drive through the truth which they have given through that consciousness, through that association. When the truth is actually driving them in the consciousness level, any mental distortion which are coming in the heart, they will be addressed right away. They will be checked right away. They will be removed right away. Because we know this is not right. This thought process is not right. You see a woman, she's a Mataji for us. If you see a male, he's a Prabhu for us. Huh? So through this state, what is happening there? What is? Slowly, slowly you are evolving. Until this state is coming there, what is? Submission will never happen. Until submission never happens, we cannot come out of this offensive mentality, or we cannot come out of this controlling mentality. What is this controlling mentality? And what is? I am the doer, I am the master, I am the maintainer, I am the center. Who am I? I am the center. I am the temple president, everyone should respect me. I am this, everyone should respect me. I am the pujari, everyone should respect me. I am the cook, I cook here, everyone should respect me. I do book distribution here, everyone should respect me, because I do the best. I am the controller. With this attitude, if we do anything, we will not get anything. You know what we will get? We'll get frustration. Why? Because nobody will give that respect. Not that nobody is giving that respect, I don't do that. I don't do that because that is not pleasing the Lord. I don't do that because that is not pleasing my spiritual master. I don't do that because that is not pleasing the Vaishnava. Even on the mental level, we should be very clear with these principles, that I don't want to be the center here. I don't want to be the maintainer here. I don't want to be the controller. Krishna is the center. Huh? He is the master. Bhoktaram Yagyadavasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Am I Sarvaloka Maheshwara? No. Then why am I looking for some name, fame, profit, adoration? Why am I looking for some position? Oh, there is Janmashtami coming. They should put my name on this, on the flyer. They should put this. My name should be here. I should represent this. Give me this service. I'll do this. Janmashtami is going on. I want this. I want that. Oh, you did not add my name on the flyer. I'll not come to the temple. Or I'll not go to Janmashtami. What is this? This is not devotion. This is arrogance. Devotion. We might not tell outside, but this is there in the heart. Please understand. These things which I am telling, these things will not be spoken out. Because what people will think, they will tell something else, showing something else, they want this to be done. They will not directly tell this. They are intelligent people. They will not directly tell this. This is not complete speculation here. Do you think with this attitude we can chant Hare Krishna? Jamila, didn't directly go into that association. He meditated so many times. After that, he took strength because he has to get that strength to combat something. He requires strength. He meditated, finally did it. There's another example on this. There's two brahmanas, brahmacharis going on, wearing in the saffron. One Mataji, brahmacharis mean they don't get married. That doesn't mean that when grihastha also he should be very careful while touching any woman. Not that he is married, he can touch anyone. No. Two devotees were going, and then they saw a woman drowning in the water. Now one person he thought that, oh, she's Mataji, I cannot go. I cannot touch her. Then the other person, he wanted to save her life. He immediately jumped into the water and then he protected her and then put it on the shore and then he started walking. He protected her. Now this devotee who did not jump into that water, he is actually thinking about that person. He's continuously thinking day after day after day after thinking. Finally, he told him, you know what? You touched that woman on that day. You did an offense. What is that? You cannot touch a woman. You're a brahmachari. You cannot touch. This is telling so many things. Then that Prabhu is telling him, you know what? I saved her, kept her aside, and then I forgot about that. I have no clue. I'm not thinking about that. I just saved her, just to save her. But you did not lift her, you did not save her, but you are actually carrying her. Carrying is more powerful than protecting. Thinking that she's a sister, he protected her. Thinking that she's a mother, he protected her. But this devotee who did not protect, he is actually thinking ill about both of them. This is more offensive. So mental plane, whatever we carry, that is also more offensive. Oh, we should understand, very important. When something good is not happening in our life, immediately judgment mentality will come on others. We kind of speak about it. It's not good. This is offensive actually. Why should everyone should respect us? No. We don't deserve any respect. You have this attitude. Lead a simple. Lead a simple life and then move forward. This we need to cultivate. Hare Krishna. I'll stop it here. Anyone has any questions? Vasudhi Mataji, your question I'll continue to hold. Yes, Sheetal Mataji, please tell.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the clarification, Prabhuji. So I have one thing like we are not dealing with one thought per day. There are like several thoughts.
Obviously.
Around I believe 30,000 to 40,000 thoughts per day.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
like hard to go with each and because most of them will be like negative only. The positive thoughts will come only when we are hearing and listening to the good things. That's where the positive thoughts are coming, but the rest thoughts are like some are neutral and most of them are negatives. So
Yes.
how we should like control so much of thoughts like it's
So basically,
and when the
when
my consciousness is like drained out, that's where I realize, oh my god, where did I drawn out, what did I, because I'm not doing on the physical level but on the mental level I'm like draining out very much, and
actually,
that is like affecting me and where I'm going wrong, because each and every time I'm not checking my consciousness I'm forgetting, but there are so many thoughts coming on and I'm like engaged with other activities throughout the day. So at the beginning of the day, as I'm like hearing the knowledge from getting knowledge from the Gita class and everything, at that I'm like, okay, my consciousness is good, but the end of the day I realize that the consciousness is not good as much as in the morning. How to check all those thoughts, because like randomly they are coming. So please help, try to give some suggestion on that, please.
Uma, the practical way for that is whatever association, bad association we are taking, generally the thoughts come through our association. For example, a negative thought is coming means we have taken that kind of association before. So what we should try to do is we should try to ignore all those associations. We should try to omit that association. And we should try, if possible, we should hear more. The classes are available. You should hear more. And if something cannot be shared on the class, you can put a message to me. I can address that. Something which you cannot share here. So there will be certain things which you cannot share in the group. So you can put a message also. I'll try to address that later. But that negative things, whatever we are going through, that has to be removed. That is the whole point of coming to association, hearing the classes. It is the whole point. And when we come out of that, then only we can chant our rounds. Otherwise, it's difficult to chant. So going forward, if you have any detailed question, you can put a message. But overall, any negative association which we feel because we are hearing the classes, right? Anything which is against that, we should not take that association. That is the first thing. Now, how do I come out of that? You should say this to the consciousness. I'm hearing the classes every day from this Prabhu. Oh, my dear mind, I want to please them. I want to please him. I want to please Srila Prabhupada. For them, I don't want to do this. You should pray intensely and then come. This is submission. For this, you don't have to know rocket science. You just have to have a simple mind. You just have to have simple consciousness. If you have that, you can come out of it. But this prayer has to be there. When you do that, you can easily come out of it. And I will also pray for you so that you can come out of it. Because it is important. Otherwise, prayers only works. There's no other way. So try doing that. And let us see how it happens. Okay? Is it okay?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji, because I have like the jnana and all everything that, yeah, we have to come out of that and all, but still the conscious level is like fluctuating.
That's what.
And
Right? That is what we have to depend. Through our hearing, yes, we will develop some knowledge, but we have to receive the mercy. The mercy is given to us. If they give us the mercy, then we can come out of it. Individually, we cannot come out of it. That is for sure. Individually, we cannot come out of it. The person they have to give us, otherwise you cannot come out of it. Very important. Make sense, huh?
yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah, the
Right.
mercy is, I think the mercy will work here. And I believe, like, I'm thinking myself, like, I can do it, but it's not, I cannot do it by myself. I need
Yes.
the some submission somewhere. I'm missing that, I
No,
believe.
submission only everything is there. But through knowledge, the submission is covered. Real knowledge is to become submissive. Real knowledge is not to gain more knowledge. Real knowledge is to realize that we have to become submissive. But that is very difficult to understand. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Please accept my humble
Hare
obeisances.
Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All close to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, from
Mama,
today's
can you be louder?
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me, Prabhuji? Still can't.
Yes, please tell.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. So, as you said, it's very important not to mentally speculate. Always, if I have doubt, I should take the guidance of gurus And when, as you said, like when the mind get distracted, try to engage my mind with something which can help me to get rid of those bad thinking, etc. So it's very important to have that project. And expectation of name adoration is must be prohibited, Prabhuji, as you mentioned. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Can you
Hare
hear me?
Krishna.
Did you hear what I said? I said, did you hear what I said, Prabhuji?
Yes, Aman.
Mm.
Yes. I heard what you said. Yes. Thank you very much. We'll continue our discussion. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandatanam. Grace Neil going Prabhuji ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.